This is the AI Executive Brief brought to you by Build Club, and I'm Stephen Forte. The Agentic ROI Collision. Today, we'll talk about why the conflicting headlines about AI returns are both true and why Microsoft's new product roadmap is about to force a reckoning in your company. Let me set the scene. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know we've covered some brutal numbers recently. 56% of CEOs reporting zero ROI from AI, 95% of generative AI pilots failing to deliver P&L impact. 42% of companies abandoning their AI initiatives entirely. But this week, a new market analysis dropped covering the $9 billion enterprise agentic AI market. And the headline number is staggering. Companies deploying agentic AI are reporting an average ROI of 171% globally. In the US, that number jumps to 192%. So which is it? Is it a money pit, or is it doubling your investment? The answer is both, and understanding why is the difference between wasting capital and capturing market share. Let's get into it. Story one, the ROI maturity gap. When you look under the hood of these conflicting studies, you realize they are measuring two completely different things. The studies showing zero ROI were measuring generative AI, chatbots, copilots, and content generation tools. The studies showing massive returns are measuring agentic AI and analytical AI. Generative AI is a reactive assistant. It answers questions and drafts emails. Agentic AI is an autonomous operator. It plans, reasons, uses tools, and executes multi-step workflows across your enterprise systems without human intervention. Let me give you two examples from NVIDIA's 2026 State of AI report. PepsiCo built AI agents to simulate their manufacturing and warehouse facilities using digital twins. The agents run physics-level simulations to optimize pallet routes and conveyor systems. The result? A 20% increase in throughput and a 10 to 15% reduction in capital expenditure. In healthcare, a company called Clinomic deployed an agent called Mona in intensive care units. It consolidates and analyzes patient data in real time. The result? A 68% reduction in documentation errors and a 33% reduction in perceived workload for the nurses. These aren't pilots. These are production deployments solving specific, high-value operational problems. Harvard Business Review just published a survey of over 1,000 global executives that explains this perfectly. They found that organizations getting the most value from AI aren't the ones with the most sophisticated technology. They are the ones with the most sophisticated management discipline. HBR identified an AI economic maturity model. At stage 0, you have unmeasured pilots. Only 4% of companies at this stage see a great deal of value. At stage 5, you have formal reporting of AI value to the board or public markets. At that stage, 85% of companies report massive value. The problem is that most companies are stuck in the middle. They deploy the technology but never measure the business impact. And as we discussed last week, only 7% of companies have their data ready for AI. So when you read that, CEOs are freezing hiring while betting billions on AI, which Fortune reported just yesterday, you have to ask, are they cutting the very people they need to govern the data and manage the agents? Because software without skilled humans is just an expensive screensaver. Story 2. Microsoft's agentic wave is coming for your stack. If you think agentic AI is a future problem, Microsoft just accelerated the timeline. Yesterday, they published their 2026 Release Wave 1 plans for Dynamics 365, Power Platform, and Copilot Studio. Between April and September of this year, Microsoft is embedding agentic AI across sales, service, finance, supply chain, HR, and commerce. They are rolling out multi-agent orchestration in Copilot Studio. They are adding a scheduling operations agent in field service. They are introducing AI-powered self-healing for desktop automation flows. And they are turning role-based copilots into what they call intelligent daily command centers. Why does this matter if you're running a company? Because 90% of the Fortune 500 already use Copilot. Microsoft is the dominant enterprise platform. They are about to push agentic capabilities into the software your company already uses, under the licenses you already pay for. This is the supply-side catalyst that is going to drive agentic adoption through the roof in the second half of 2026. Gartner predicts that by the end of the year, 40% of enterprise applications will include task-specific AI agents. But here is the collision course. Microsoft is making it incredibly easy to deploy agents, but the HBR data shows that getting ROI from those agents requires rigorous data governance, human-in-the-loop oversight, and strict value measurement. If you just turn on Microsoft's new agents without doing the unglamorous work of cleaning your data and training your people, you aren't going to get that 171% ROI. You are going to get automated chaos at scale. So let's tie this together. The AI ROI debate is over. Agentic systems deliver massive returns when deployed correctly. The technology is moving from the pilot phase to the production phase, and Microsoft is about to embed it in your core business applications. The companies that win the second half of 2026 won't be the ones that buy the most agents. They will be the ones that build the management discipline to govern them, measure everything, fix your data workflows, and do not cut the human connective tissue you need to make these autonomous systems actually work. That's the AI Executive Brief for Thursday, March 19th. I'm Stephen Forte. If this was useful, share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, stay sharp.